Hey guys, it's me Meteor, and guess what? Today marks Neopets 25th anniversary! While I could easily go over my entire experience with the site, or the history of the site itself, especially considering what day it is, I'm instead going to do something different. A while back in 2012, I made one of my first joke videos, which was later re-uploaded, a video that went over the Battledome, where I attempted to face the Snowager. Funny thing, a few months after that video came out, the Battledome was entirely revamped, ignoring the tons of bugs it introduced, and still has. It also changed a lot of the ways we battled in general, especially for single player battles. Therefore, this video will focus on how things work now, and more importantly, I will be attempting something that would have been literally impossible for my pet to do at the time: defeat the Snowager on a higher difficulty. You see, one of the biggest changes to the single player Battledome is that HP doesn't increase for opponents anymore. They're always set. If you look closely at the old video, I couldn't defeat the Snowager because I already struggled to defeat it the first time earlier, and it became too powerful to defeat a second time on video. For comparison, let's look at the Snowager now. Easy, difficulty 650 with 700 HP. Let's switch to medium difficulty real quick, and boom! Difficulty 16250, its starting HP is also 17500. Wow, talk about a difficulty spike. To make matters worse, in the old dome, pets and opponents alike were set at specific strength boosts, maxing out at 15 damage per icon, which is good because defense was set at the same level. That also changed in the new dome. The max boost a normal pet can have is now 16 damage per icon. The opponents, however, have no limit. So, on medium difficulty, the Snowager is already rocking 350 damage per icon. This renders icon-based shields completely useless against strong opponents. Even percentage-based shields wouldn't fare too well if they're paired with standard icon-based weapons. The only real hope you have against these big opponents are elemental percentage reflectors. I specify percentage as there are icon-based reflectors like the Prickly Potion and Glowing Cauldron, but those only use your strength in the new dome. These reflectors here block and reflect the amount of damage you receive. The idea is to find what icons the opponent generally attacks with and bring the reflectors accordingly. There are of course a few other things to keep in mind. For example, most high-end reflectors reflect 75% of one icon type. That means even if the opponent only uses those icons, there's still 25% that gets through. At 350 damage per icon, you're still receiving 87.5 damage each. This of course means that for reflectors to even be useful, you still need a ton of HP to survive, and winning the match will still rely on tons of RNG, hoping the opponent uses just the right weapons. On the flip side, despite doing more damage per icon than almost any opponent, the Snowager is probably one of the easiest ones to take down out of all the super strong opponents. Why is that? 2 words: fairy abilities. The new dome introduced some pretty OP abilities to use, including Lens Flare and Warlock's Rage, which prevent the opponent from moving at all. These are usually one use per battle, but not for opponents. They can spam them forever, rendering any strategy useless. Now, the Snowager does have one such ability in its arsenal, Snowager's Breath, which also has a 33% chance to freeze on the following turn. No ability it doesn't have though? Rejuvenate, an ability that heals the user to full, and yes, opponents spam that multiple times too. In fact, unlike most tough opponents, the Snowager doesn't even have an item that can heal. Any damage done to the Snowager stays there. Enough about that though. let's talk strategy. The first step in really any strategy is finding out what weapons the opponent uses in the first place. Now, if we look at this list, if we subtract what the mystical tablet can block, we're left with primarily water and air. While we see it can also deal earth, it's not really what we should focus our attention on. We just need to hope it doesn't spam the attack chive too much. That alone would eliminate over half my HP. Alright, with this knowledge in mind, it's time to go off script and do this thing for real. Alright, so as you can see, here's my pet along with its stats, and here's the set, at least what I'm going to be using today. I have Theora's Tear, which fully blocks attacks for 1 turn, Jade Scorchstone, which heals me to full 1 turn, Seasonal Attack P, which is the second most powerful item in the game, based on icons anyway, Hubrid's Puzzle Box, which after 3 turns removes 1/3 of the remaining HP of the opponent, which is critical for those with high amounts of HP. The Mystical Tablet, as I said, which fully blocks dark and physical, along with doing a little bit of damage and healing as well, which is also critical for this stage. Thunder Sticks, which freezes the opponent on the next turn, while also doing 16 icons of damage. And then we have my 2 Reflectors, the Triple Turbo Dryer, which reflects 75% of air, and the U-Bend of Great Justice, which reflects 80 to 100% of any water. Now, here are my other items you can see here on my other pets, which I just have for storage, since there's no... Well, I'm not going to get into that, but basically, these are all reflectors, shields, stealing items, which don't even work right now, and more niche items, which I'll probably never end up using for anything ever, but I still have them just in case. This item right here only works on 1 opponent, and it doesn't really matter. Let's just go ahead and begin. So what we're going to do here is go to battle. Let's go ahead and continue, Challenger, go down all the way to the Snowager, Medium, and let's go ahead and battle. Now, the first thing we're doing in my strategy here, let me just pull up that combat log, is I'm going to use my Theora's Tear on the first turn, and then Hubrid's Puzzle Box. And then I'm going to, let's say, I don't know, let's just say Drizzle for now. Now, it looks like that it prevented me from doing anything, or blocked all of the Snowager pendant. That didn't really do much of anything against me, so let's go ahead and try this again. Let's now go ahead. Now, every time you use the Hubrid's Puzzle Box, you have to refresh the page, otherwise it doesn't go into the next step. See, now it's at phase 2. It didn't appear there last time for some odd reason, but it's just the way it works. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is use my Seasonal Attack P, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this, which is Lens Flare, to block it for attacks. Next turn, I'm going to refresh the page again. Wait for it. Then I'm going to Seasonal Attack P. Actually, no, I'm going to use Thunder Sticks to freeze it on the next turn while I still have 1 free turn left. Use that to drain its health by 1/3, and then use Warlock's Rage. And as you can see, look at that. Took it down to 11,000, which is still a hefty amount of HP, but let's give this a shot. Let's now do as much damage as we can by pure icons, and go for it. Let's do... I don't realize I should have taken another weapon to do this, but whatever. Let's go ahead and just use Drizzle. Alright, so now, after those 3 turns, we are left with over 10,000 HP still. So now, I'm going to take out my 2 Reflectors here, Turbo Triple Dryer, and the U-Bend of Great Justice, and I'm going to use Reflect. This is a fairy ability which reflects 66% of all attacks. Using that in combination with my 2 Reflectors, I should reflect back a lot of damage, assuming it doesn't use the Snowager's Breath. And as you can see there, let's see what it did. Lesser Attack Chive, the one I was afraid of the most, it used on me. And, yeah, looks like it also used a Cloud Rod on me. So it did a lot of damage, still did 1,231, but I did 3,851 on it. Now comes the tricky part, surviving for the rest of this. I'm pretty much going to use the Mystical Tablet, combine that with the U-Bend of Great Justice, and then I'm going to try Rejuvenate, which is a fairy ability which heals me to full as well. So let's try that. Not looking so hot right there. Looks like it used Neopets Stampede, which is a fairy ability which blocks 99% of my attacks and damage, while also doing 10 damage of icons to me. So that is not good. Not looking too hot right now. But let's try this again. Jade Scorchstone and Burrow, which blocks 3 random icons to full. And I'm dead. As you can see, used Lesser Attack Chive and one of the Air Fairy, and it went ahead and used, well, it burrowed my attack perfectly. And yeah, I guess that's that. I'm gonna have to try this again, and we're gonna have to heal and try this all over again. Let's see how many attempts this takes before I get a successful one. Alright, so I'm pretty much been stuck at this one spot right here for the longest time, so let's do this again. Oh, that time I got really good hit out of that. Wow, it took it down to 4,220. What did it use on me? Snowager Crystal, that's good. That means it used the one use item that it has currently, so it can never use that again. So if he does actually use that in his selected lineup, then it'll have one less attack on me. So that's good. Now it's all going to depend on being very, very fortunate right now. So I think I'll stick with the Turbo Triple Dryer, Mystical Tablet, and then I don't want to use Rejuvenate 2 yet, but let's do it. Oh, this is going good. This is going really good, actually. Okay. So far it used as Cloud Rod, and I blocked all his physical, healed up a little bit, and blocked those 2 moves there. 16-13. Alright, and he's down to 39-27. Very, very close. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Do I want to switch over to the U-Bend, or do I want to keep my Triple Turbo Dryer? Do I feel lucky? Let's see. Ooh, well, he did use a Snowager Breath, so it would have been better to use my U-Bend. Unfortunately, that worked out terribly for me. Alright, I'm going to use my Theora's Tear, and then I'm going to use my Jade Scorchstone, so I'm healed to full, and block all of its attacks, so long as it doesn't use Snowager's Breath on me, and ruin this entire game plan. So, let's give it a shot. Ooh, alright. So he didn't end up using the Snowager's Breath on me or Neopets Stampede, so I was able to fully heal. That's good. This is good. This is going good. I'm gonna go ahead and use this, and I think I still have this one right here, Summon Velociraptor. That would prevent it from attacking for 1 turn and allow me to do 10 icons on it. However, if he uses Neopets Stampede or uses Snowager's Breath on me, and this is also a once per day item, so I have to be very, very, very careful with that. Might go, no, Shade's gonna be useless here because it uses icon based defense. Ooh, I don't want to use that yet. Oh man, took it down to 1313. What did it do want me to kill me off at full health? Let's see. Snowager Breath, of course, 16 icons. And, Snowager Pennant. And Drain Life. Okay. Yep, that completely decimated me, even with the reflection. Cool. Well, let's try this again. That was close. You'll notice in this section, the opponent is using Reflect themselves on me almost every turn. And since the opponent goes after me, I pretty much am getting reflected back my own reflection, like a double reverse Uno card, and instantly killing me almost every time. That goes on for quite a bit, as you see here. Wait, hold on, we got a really good one here. He did everything perfectly. The Wand of the Air Fairy, the Snowager Breath, Icicle, dropped all that on me. You've been a great justice, triple Turbo Gyre, and Reflect without using Reflect back on me. 8,038 damage, now it's down to 2616. Ooh, this is getting near the nitty gritty here. What do I want to do? Do I want to risk it? Do I want to try healing? I think I'm going to go for Summon Manisaraptor. And it took it down! Alright, that was very fortunate. Once again, it used, I did use Lesser Attack Drive on me, but I did do it, and I finally managed to take it down. Alright, so let's see. Snowager Breath, you've been a great justice. Summon Manisaraptor, and there we go. I survived with over half my health almost. Let's see, is that over half? Just under half, actually, just under half. But still, I managed to win. I already got my max points and everything for winning this, but there you go, I did it. I have defeated the Snowager on medium. And, yes, I know that was hardly, like, that was pretty much no skill, just entirely RNG. But I did it, and that is all that matters. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And if you'll excuse me, I have a Neopet 25th anniversary celebration event to go to in New York tomorrow. See you guys next time.